Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask Peg O'Connell and Patrick Sebastian. The State Department of Motor Vehicles is moving its headquarters to Rocky Mount in December. It's part of a movement to decentralize state offices across the state. About a third of the current employees have said they're not going to make the move. What do you think of the idea of decentralizing government from Raleigh? Patrick?
You know, it's nice to be able to spread some jobs around other parts of the state that are more distressed, but I have to tell you, I think it's ideal to have the state jobs in Raleigh. For instance, if the DMV commissioner or whatever has some kind of issue, it's nice for the governor to be able to call him in his office and say, you know, be there in 10 minutes, not be there in 1 hour. I think you want to have state jobs in the state capital of that magnitude. So I understand. Look, I get it, though. Not all Raleigh and Charlotte have had the benefit of the growth in the state for the last 10 years plus, and it is ideal to have growth everywhere. So I get it. But as far as running efficiently, I do think it's ideal to have this centered in Raleigh.
And Peg, there was a lot of discussion about not only moving DMV, but moving DHHS. I think that maybe that was a red herring, but that discussion has been calmed down. They're not going to move DHHS. In fact, they found a location off Blue Ridge Road. But in general, what do you think of this idea of decentralizing state government?
Well, you know, if you were creating agencies anew, you might think about putting them in other places. I would recommend that they bring them to Farmville, North Carolina, the jewel of Pitt County.
Why does that not surprise me?
But on this, I agree with Patrick. I think, especially the leadership of these agencies. I was in a legislative hearing one time where somebody needed to talk to somebody at transportation. They picked up the phone. 5 minutes later, Zoom, in came the Secretary of Transportation. So there is, the connectivity. I mean, this is nice doing this Zooming all over the place, but the person-to-person contact is very important. And I, if they were starting all over again, put it in Farmville or Rocky Mount, but they should have left it alone.
Yeah, well, I can understand where you've got a large agency like DMV. Maybe you leave the administrative office, the commissioner's office in Raleigh, and move it to Rocky Mount. And I can understand these other communities saying, hey, let's get in on some of the job growth also. And the folks in Nash and Edgecombe counties are just ecstatic about being able to have it there. This is going to be a conversation I think we're going to be having more of in the coming year. Well, thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.